here to do a general reading for October. I am using Doreen Virtue's Ascended Mastercards. So for general reading, we'll be pulling 3 cards to see what it has to say and it'll give us an idea of what we should be working on this month. And 2 just fell out of the deck, so we have 2 cards already. So some of the information I will give you, and it'll resonate with you. I will also show you the card and tell you what it says. And you might get more information from that as well to help you on your journey for the month of October, moving in whichever direction you're meant to move in. This is kind of the same idea as when you're driving in a car and you hear a song that resonates with you and you know that you need to make a decision in one way or another. So if this is a great tool for you, I'm glad you're using it. So the first card I have is Come Out of the Closet. And there's a picture. There we go. So as you can see, she's covered in layers and layers of cloth and material surrounding her. She's not being her own real person. And with a lot of us who are moving into the holistic or healing fields, getting rid of what no longer serves us is a little difficult. So this layering can be in multiple ways. It can be sharing information with people around you that you haven't felt comfortable doing up until now. Part of it is getting rid of our conditioning and allowing our own mind to make the decisions that we need. So, for example, we're all brought up to share. And the one that always has been interesting for me is that last piece of pie on the table. And as a child, I was always told to ask if anybody else wanted it before I took it. But why couldn't I have it? Why did I have to offer it up to everyone else before I took it? It never really made a lot of sense to me. And so I guess I'm asking you to go to that place where things don't make sense and question them. I was more than willing to share the piece of pie, but to give the whole pie to somebody else when I actually already wanted it and I was willing to reach for it didn't seem to make sense to me. As long as there isn't fear or guilt involved or greed involved in reaching for that piece of pie, there's no reason why being in yourself and knowing what you need is a bad thing. Again, with getting rid of the guilt and the fear or the greed in reaching for what it is you're looking for. So whatever your piece of pie happens to be, I want you to spend this month thinking about it forward and become more a part of what you need to be and not so much a part of what is expected of you. Okay? So the second card is Right, and it's with Thor. Go. So this card for me feels like it represents fear. The fear of looking silly. You see this crane head on top of a man body. Not fitting in, not being who you need to be. Seeing your identity as something different than what it really is. So breaking through what you are and to who you really are. So again, it's about getting rid of the conditionings of how people see you and how you want to see yourself. And trying to build a bridge between the two. For me, when I started doing this work, and I've always been kind of psychic, but I never really shared it with a lot of people because, of course, at the time they'd get scared of what I had to say. I realized in order for me to be my authentic self, I needed to share everything about myself with other people. And that's part of the reason I'm doing these readings, is because it truly is a part of me and I need to start sharing it with the world. And maybe there's somebody out there, one of you, who also has this gift and you're scared to move forward with this gift. And you're able to watch me, not doing this necessarily wonderfully, but doing this, needless to say, for the world to watch, if that's what needs to be done. So this is about writing your own story and making it your own truth, and being true to yourself and getting rid of what no longer serves you in your personality. The part that you're carrying around that doesn't feel quite right, doesn't feel like you, feels like you're actually wearing this crane head already. And it's not about what people see, it's what you're actually feeling right now. So the third card is meditate. And this is about coming into your body, about feeling real and about feeling like who you are. And I find that when I do meditate, that's when I feel most authentic. And it is at that point in time that I can decide what does not serve me, who perhaps does not serve me. There's friends I've had to let go over the years that have either drained me of my energy, or they don't support me in the person that I needed to become. So as in any change, we need people around us who can support us. And part of that is supporting ourselves by allowing the people we need in our lives to help us. So currently I am going through changes again. I've started, I closed my business healing practice for 6 months, and I'm seeing clients again. And that was difficult to close my practice down, but it was also a little scary to open my practice back up. Would people come back? That was my ego talking. When I went into a meditated state and I asked those questions, there was no doubt in my mind that my practice is necessary for my clients and that I need to be doing this work, not only for them, but for me. So taking yourself to that meditated state, that place where you're one with the universe, will allow you to let go of the fear, because it doesn't exist there. And so you get a real idea of where you need to move forward in your life and what direction, what you need to add to your life and what you need to let go of in your life. So for the month of October, I ask you to take a look at what part of you is authentic and what part you can get rid of, what part no longer serves you in the life that you're living. What are you doing that makes you feel like you're wearing the head of a bird? And what makes you feel like you truly are in your own person and enjoying your life? And start thinking about what you can add to your life to make you feel more whole, and work through some of that fear of letting things go that no longer have a purpose and no longer really brings that that life into your heart and that thrill into your being. And practice meditating. If you haven't meditated, typically what I do is I sit in a place where there is nothing else that goes on in that area. So I have a spot in my bedroom on the floor that I don't do anything else in. I don't pick my couch in the living room because I don't want to sit there and eventually go into a meditated state when I have company over. So you're looking for somewhere that the energy will connect you to this space so that when you sit down, you go immediately into a meditation. If you haven't meditated, it's easy to get this energy going. So what you do is you sit either cross-legged or on a little stool. You don't want your legs to fall asleep, so you want to make sure that your behind's raised a little bit so that the blood can still flow in through your legs. And you start in the middle of your back, and you see, this is what I do, I see a pole, or you can see, I see something solid, so I see a pole, and it runs from the middle of my spine all the way down through my carpet, through the cement foundation, through the rocks, the sand, all the way through to that red core in the center of the earth. And I see it solidly in place. Then, with my gaze, I come back up through all the different levels and kinds of rocks. I come up through the cement path, through the carpet, and back into my spine. I do all this with my eyes closed. When I get to the middle of my back, the solid pole transforms into a white light, which goes out the top of my head, through the roof of my house, and you can actually see different colors of aura as you go up through the heavens to infinity. And when you get to the white light, you just let that beam transform into that white light, and you follow that white light back into your body. You will feel a connectedness from top to bottom, a solidness within your being. And during this time, learn to keep your mind blank. Let go of the ego, let go of your grocery list, let go of your supper plans, and just allow that silence to take over you. And it is in that place of peace and quiet that you will know what is true in your heart and what no longer serves you. And when you come out of the meditation, say a short prayer of thanks, wiggle your fingers and toes, and come back to your being. And you will go about your day in a different place. You will feel more natural, more whole. And things that aren't the truth, you will start to question, and you will start to release them from your life. And you will no longer be wearing the bird head. You will become more a part of your own being. So that is the reading for October. I hope it has helped you. Again, if you have any questions, you can reach me through my website, www.healingpossibilities.com. I also want to mention that I have 2 classes coming up. I have Heal the Healer on October 23rd, which I'm already taking registration for, as well as a Learn the Basics class on November 5th and 6th. And to find out more information, again, you can go to my website. So, have a great month of October, and I will see you again in November.